How to build generational wealth with rental property investing in the slow and proven method. The wealthiest rental property investors I know are actually the most boring one. You might not want to hear this, but it's actually the truth. While the Instagram gurus brag about buying 50 properties in 50 days, the real millionaire quietly collects rent from just 8 to 15 rental properties. I'm going to show you the exact blueprint that took my clients Sarah and Marcus from 0 to 3,200 per month in passive income in just 4 years using just 4 properties. And contrary to what you might be thinking, they did not start with $1 million, they didn't inherit any wealth. They started with $40,000 in saving and a combined income of $95,000 annually between both of them, and they have 2 kids. So if you are meeting me for the first time, hi, I'm Wale Lawal. I'm a rental property investor and a real estate broker focused on working with investors like you, and I've helped countless of people to start and scale their rental portfolio in the Houston, Texas area. I've also gotten a lot of people from analysis, paralysis, just similar to the experience and the story I'm sharing with you today. So when Sarah and Marcus called me, they have spent 18 months analyzing deals, but were just terrified with making all the mistakes that they've heard about. Sarah said to me, "We are more confused than when we actually got started." What I told them was the same thing I always tell people, which is that people who build real wealth don't do it fast, but they do it the right way. And of course, I share my slow wealth philosophy with them. So me and Sarah and Marcus, we had a Zoom meeting and we actually agree on 3 major principles that, hey, if we find a property that checks these 3 boxes, we are going to go ahead and make the offer and start their real estate investing career. Because let's face it, it's not like Marcus and Sarah doesn't know what to do. They are just confused with information overload, they are confused with the analysis paralysis, and they are also confused with conflicting information and opinion they have been listening to from those that own a lot of properties and those that does not even own any property. So they need somebody that can actually get them out of that analysis paralysis, out of that information overload, and actually do something. And that's exactly what I've done with Marcus and Sarah. And I hope their story will inspire someone like you to also get out of that analysis paralysis and do something today. So we agree on these 3 major key principles, which is the driver of our action. Number 1 is that we are looking for consistency over intensity. We also agree that quality over quantity of a property is the way to go. And number 3, we agree that patience is good over pressure. So these are the 3 fundamental principles that guided Marcus and Sarah investment journey till today. So most financially free investors that I know of, they own between 8 to 15 solid rental property in a very great neighborhood with steady cash flow and minimal headaches. Now, this is the roadmap for Marcus and Sarah. In the year 1, we call this the foundation. Their problem was analysis paralysis. They were just overthinking everything and chasing the perfect deal, which never exists. And we had to simplify everything to 3 major question. Does the property cash flow at least $200 per month? Is it in a good and safe neighborhood that I will be willing to live myself? And also, can a working family easily afford this property? If answer to all these are yes, we are going ahead to make an offer on that property. So after 8 months of just reaching out to me, we found a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, single family home, new construction for $185,000, and the property is renting for around $1,700 per month, which cash flow around $287 per month for Marcus and Sarah. It wasn't a perfect deal, but it's really, really good in terms of the numbers. But it also helped them to get started and get them out of that analysis paralysis, because they are still going to keep $287 per month. This is a pure cash flow after all expenses in their pocket, and this got Marcus and Sarah started. At the end of year 1, their home plus 1 rental property is what they have. Now, this is the year 2 for Marcus and Sarah now, right? So in the year 2 is what I call the building momentum phase. At exactly 14 months, they made a smarter move of house hacking. This is where they bought a duplex with my help. They live on one side, they rent out the other side of the duplex. Now, the other side that they were renting is covering about 90% of their mortgage, and that actually helped them to drastically reduce their living expenses. So the duplex on one side of the duplex is renting for $1,400, and you still remember that they have a first house that was renting for $1,650. Now the total rent they are collecting is $3,100 per month. So net after expenses for Marcus and Sarah every month now goes to $1,200, and their housing cost is almost zero as well. And in year 3 and year 4, this is the acceleration phase I call for them. They learn the advanced strategy through me about the BRRRR method, which is you buy, you rehab, you rent, you refinance, and you repeat the same thing again. This is what they did. They bought a single family home for $165,000. They spent around $15,000 to renovate the property, and the property appraised for $210,000. Now they rent it out with my help again, and they refinance and pull out about $25,000 tax-free to fund their next purchase. Now by year 4, they added 2 more properties to their portfolio. They never bought more than 2 properties per year because they always choose quality over quantity. They always choose stability over volatility. That is what we agreed to, and that is the plan that we are executing. Now this is it. At the end of year 4, Marcus and Sarah now own 5 solid rental property plus their home with about $3,240 in a pure monthly cash flow. This is after all expenses. This is the money they now have passively, that whatever happened, so far the tenant is still occupying the property and they are still paying their rent. This $3,247 will hit their bank account every single month. Now here is where the wealth building magic now happen. So for Marcus and Sarah, they are cash flowing $38,964 per year in passive income. The principal pay down is happening for them around $18,000 per year, being paid down by their tenant. They are also seeing appreciation about $45,000 every single year on all of their 5 properties. This is the power of real estate. They also enjoy a lot of tax benefits because I connected them with my Rockstar CPA that is able to save them a lot of money and help them to depreciate do the cost segregation and do a depreciation on their property. Above all, they're able to claim the real estate professional status because they are self-managing this 5 rental property, which one of them was converted to a short-term rental eventually, and now they're able to claim that real estate professional status, which is currently saving them around $25,000 in taxes every single year. Now, without even counting the taxes that they are saving, that's around $101,964 of wealth created in just 1 year, which is more than their $95,000 annual salary combined together in just 5 years. This is the power of real estate. This is what people that took action are realizing, and I hope you will be inspired by their story and also take action as well. Now, the Marcus and Sarah are now asking me, hey, Wale, what should we do next? Now we are almost financially free. What should we do next? Now they have 3 options. Number 1 option is they can keep buying 1 to 2 properties every single year until they reach their 10 to 12 rental property goal. Number 2, they can stop buying properties and use the cash flow and their income from their job and the appreciation to pay off their mortgage early if they choose to be debt-free, because they also believe some of the philosophy being taught by Dave Ramsey of, hey, reduce your debt, live debt-free as much as you can. The number 3 is actually the hybrid, which means they can continue to buy 1 to 2 rental properties every single year until they reach their financial freedom, then switch to the pay down, which is the option number 2, switch to the debt pay down strategy of paying off their rental portfolio as quickly as they want to be so they can be debt-free on all this property. They can own it free and clear. Now, this is Marcus and Sarah's financial independent goal. They want to retire by the age of 50, and before then, they want to own 7 to 8 paid off rental properties that will be producing $10,000 in a pure passive income for them every single month. This is their goal. They also want to own this property in a very safe neighborhood that the appreciation will hold its value for several years to come. Now, as you can see, Marcus and Sarah are actually about 50% there already. And as of today, if they choose to go do real estate full-time, they can actually quit their regular job and become a full-time real estate investor. But this is not their goal. They don't have the plan to become a full-time real estate investor like me. They just want to own 10 solid rental property that fit their lifestyle and that help them achieve their financial freedom goal and retire early. We call it financial independent, retire early, FIRE. So here are the key lessons for Marcus and Sarah and something you can also learn from their experience. Number one is that they start with what they have, not what they wish they had. Only $40,000 and a full-time job with a combined annual salary of $95,000. And they also had the zeal, they had the desire to do it, and they're ready to take action. That's all it took them to start. Now, each property they bought, it taught them a lot of lessons. It taught them about real estate investing. It taught them about the good and bad side of real estate investing. But above all, they keep going and they keep learning from one property to another. They also learned that they want to play the long-term game because they avoid the risky shortcuts that most rookie investors always fall for. They also agree that they need guidance from someone that is more experienced to guide them because, like I said, they know about real estate investing. They just haven't put it into practice until they got hold of me and I helped them to put all those theory to action. And of course, this saved them thousands of dollars and it saved them years of experience of mistakes they would have made had they went about it by themselves. So here is the final result for Marcus as at the time I'm making this video. In 4 years, Sarah and Marcus went from $40,000 in savings to $1.2 million in assets. They went from zero passive income to $3,247 per month, growing each year as well. So if you want generational wealth, you need to slow down and focus on quality and stay consistent to your goal. You need a guide. You need somebody that has done this, that has walked this path many times to help you do it. Now you might be thinking, that sounds amazing for Marcus and Sarah, but my situation is different. Maybe you live in these expensive markets. Maybe you live in California, you live in New York, that you can't just buy a property for $300,000 or $250,000. Maybe you just don't have a lot of money to start with. Maybe you think, hey, I'm already 50, I'm already 55, I'm already 60. It's too late for me. What can I do? Well, everybody's situation will be different, and that's why I recommend that you schedule a consultation on my calendar below. You will find the link to my calendar. Schedule a time that works for you. I'll be able to dissect your situation and see how I can help you get started in real estate investing. You don't have to have millions of dollars to invest in real estate. You don't need to have a lot of knowledge. All it takes is a little money and a lot of determination and ready to take action. That is what took Sarah and Marcus to where they are today. By the way, they are on their way to their number 6 properties. And again, these are regular people like you. They don't have a lot of money. They didn't inherit wealth. They didn't have a rich uncle. They just work hard and took action and shut down all those negative things that people that don't even own a property are telling them. So I've actually created a free rental property analysis spreadsheet that I can share with you today. If you comment the word calc, comment the word calc, C-A-L-C, I will send it to you. And also make sure to share this video with your loved one, with anybody you think will benefit from this video. Drop your comment below. What are your obstacles? What are your challenges with real estate? Have you actually tried to invest in real estate before and you failed? Or you've been thinking about it for years and you never got started? Drop your comment below. I want to see your comment and I want to help you get started or scale your rental portfolio. If you just want to buy a property to live in or you're relocating, I also help someone like that as well. So feel free to reach out to me and I would love to help you as much as I can. Now, I read every single comment and I reply to them myself. So make sure to drop your comment and I will be in the comment section replying to you. So if you're someone that is tired of just working for money and instead of your money working for you, this is another opportunity for you to take action. Make sure to subscribe to my channel because I share case study like this all the time and I help someone like you to get started. So if you're ready to take action, I'm ready to help you. Let's get to it. Now, remember, you don't need to be perfect to get started in real estate, but you do need to get started to be perfect. Slow and steady win the race, they say, and you also want to make sure you have the guide from somebody that has done it many times. If you're new to my channel, again, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click on that notification bell so I can let you know the next time I have a new video. I drop a lot of educational content here and I don't want you to miss it. Before you go, I want you to watch this video where I walk you through how to buy your first rental property step by step without any mistake. Thank you so much and I will see you in the video. Bye-bye.